I recently read a book entitled That Used to Be Us, written by Thomas Friedman and Michael Mandelbaum. It's a story of how America has lost its way and what we need to do to get back on track. It's a sobering tale which made me angry and inspired me to take action. But what can one guy do to make a difference on a grand scale? In this country, if you meet the qualifications, you can still run for the presidency. My name is Ken Ward, and I filed FEC Form 2 to become a candidate for President of the United States. Sound ridiculous? Maybe, but from my perspective, this country needs a guy like me to offer a wake-up call. What are my qualifications? First and foremost, I am not a politician, which is reason enough to take me seriously. Nor am I an attorney, nor am I directly affiliated with any party. I'm just a guy who has common sense, who has worked hard all his life, who's paid his taxes, who's bought into the American dream, saved some money in the process, and who hopes to be able to afford to retire at some point in time. I didn't come from money, quite the contrary. I was born and raised in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. My parents instilled core values in me from a very early age. The difference between right and wrong, the importance and value of an education, a strong work ethic, the responsibility and accountability that goes with the choices I make, and the honor and privilege of being born in this country. I attended public school. My father died when I was 13, and my mother went to work to support me and my sister. I did, however, graduate from Harvard Elementary, on Harvard Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. I was a straight A student, voted most likely to succeed, and was the president of my senior class, so I do have some demonstrated presidential experience. I attended a private college in Ohio and paid for it with Social Security benefits from my deceased father and National Direct student loans. Why do I even bring this up? Because after graduation, it took me 8 years to repay the loans, but I paid them back in full. Why? Because it would enable another less fortunate individual like myself to get an education, and it was simply the right thing to do. My platform is actually pretty simple. Tough love. Why? Because our present situation is so dire that the only choices we have are tough ones. And love, because that's what I have for this country. I believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Our forefathers were pretty damn bright and put together a well thought through, comprehensive framework for our country. Unfortunately, we spent the last 224 years screwing things up. I don't believe anyone in this country is entitled to anything. I believe it is unacceptable and inexcusable to simply walk away from any obligation, regardless of the circumstances. I believe illegal immigrants deserve nothing, hence the term illegal. I believe that businesses that file bankruptcy on Friday should not be able to reappear next Monday as if nothing ever happened. That applies to individuals as well. I believe we spend so much time on social media that we have lost our social skills. I also believe that it should be more economically advantageous for anyone who is both able and capable to work rather than get paid to sit at home. I believe everyone should pay their fair share of tax, regardless of income. I firmly believe that everyone needs to once again accept responsibility and accountability for both their choices and actions. Government doesn't provide you with anything. People who work hard and pay taxes do, and we must not lose sight of that. I firmly believe that millions of Americans believe the same things that I do, and are just as disillusioned with our government, our economy, and our values. How sad is it that the last time we were galvanized as a country was following the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, over 10 years ago. While not nearly as horrific or tragic, we face an equally dire set of circumstances today, and we have for the past decade. We have become fat, dumb, and happy and have rested on our laurels way too long. We need to find a way to band together once again, right now, and change the course of this country. We are almost $15 trillion in debt, as in trillion with a T, as in travesty. The majority of Americans want to neither increase taxes nor decrease spending. Well, guess what? That's a major problem, because you can't have it both ways. In fact, we must actually do both in a big way in order to make a significant dent in our debt. And newsflash, that will mean differing degrees of nothing but bad news to each and every citizen. There is no other way out. Unlike every other professional politician, I won't be gearing up for re-election after 3 months in office. This term is a one-night stand, and you won't respect me in the morning. Turning this country around is a suicide mission, and I'm the guy for the job. Republicans and Democrats have lost the ability to compromise at the expense of the country. It has become politics for the sake of politics, and the country has become both polarized and paralyzed. Stay tuned for more of my take on the state of this union and specific things we need to do to actually turn things around. Prepare to move forward with Ward.